And welcome, dadgummit, to the diaries. It is the end of the first week of February, and as you probably know, if you watched the last episode, there was no January. We went from December to February. Now, the reason there was no January is because I didn't do anything in January. It's been kind of a rough month, the beginning of the year, and whereas generally I'm a little bit more forward-going, I did not go very far forward in January. So we'll pick it up here in February. Now I did work on the Haunted Mansion model. I did do that. And I have that just about done as far as it's going to be done as far as building the model is concerned. I still have to do a heck of a lot of work on it so it looks good and then build the diorama. That will wind up on here. May not all wind up here on this episode. I guarantee you it won't all wind up here on this episode. But that's a project that's working on. The Pirate's Porch has got stuff laying on the floor because we had some heavy winds, we've had some rain. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you in just a minute about the rain. We've had some heavy winds and rain, and we have gardeners who don't give a crap about anybody's stuff. So we've had some issues with that. So I've got to get out there. I got to add something to that porch. When I first built it, which was year before last, when I came back from Florida, and shortly after building it, I put out the skeleton for Halloween, and I did that again this year, but I haven't really done anything new on the porch. So some new stuff needs to be done. Some new and inexpensive stuff, because financially speaking, I've got, as far as disposable income is concerned at the moment, I have my tripod sitting on top of a piece of junk mail. It's going to be a loan offer. It's one of those that looks like a check, and it's bullcrap. And we went over that last episode. So this episode, some things. Oh, and some stuff too. Things and stuff. Hopefully they'll be both on here. So I'm looking around. I don't see any fairy bugs. If you don't know what a fairy bug is, then that's because I just made that word up. So without any further ado, let's get going. Okay, we're out here on the Pirate's Porch. It's mid-afternoon, and there's a slight break in the clouds. It's been raining. It smells really good, but remember this guy? Yeah. This was like the first fountain, the one that sat over in the corner, the one sprayed water in a little bucket. I want to bring him back to life, but he got so severely soaked that he started to crack. And I know that crack was there originally, but now it just feels weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Mod Podge this guy. Now Mod Podge is not a sealant. I do have sealant, which maybe you know what? I think I'll spray the sealant on there first, and then I'll Mod Podge it. My workbench has got. Yeah, my workbench has got water in the handles that you use to crank to open it up. The seat that I normally use back here, everything is all wet. The main reason, aside from the rain, is the fact that I neglected to put this stuff on this side. So, but kind of, yeah, it's juicy candy too. Alright, so let me explain what I have in mind. I don't have a lot of the greenery out here, and this whole area here used to be all full of greenery. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the top of the fence, put some of the vine stuff up here, run it across the top of the fence, and then bring stuff off of it. And then I have the one spot here that's got that little wicker table, which is wet. And put the fountain, this guy, on top of it. This is where a lot of that greenery went. And it looks good over here. But then we have this bare fence. We have this little tiki. We have the lights all in a bundle right here. And these will still work. Even though they're soaking wet, they're all submersible. This plant. Here's the workbench and the chair. Here's Uli Dude Hodesoso, the water spitting dude. This up here is all still good. Needs dusting. And then this, you know, the funny thing about the deck here is I made it to look like it's on board a ship. And it does, but only if you're on the porch. If you're out in front looking at the display, yeah, there's this big ugly fence right here. So, and there's not much I can do about that either. So as you can see, there's only so much I can do at the moment. Now, one of the ways you can tell that it's been raining, aside from the fact that everything is wet, it smells good, and actually trimmed this big ugly bush down. How about that? Is the fact there's nobody walking out here. Normally, at this time of day, it's, you know, cross traffic's crazy, but there's nobody walking out here. They're staying inside where it's dry. Unlike me. You might also notice that my shirt has got all over it. That's because I spilled a bunch of stuff and I haven't done my laundry yet. Which I'm supposed to be doing today, but it's probably going to wind up being done tomorrow. It's a nice day. The sky is gray, sun shining through certain parts, it's white, and then it's blue. Let me show you. Why am I talking about it? I can show you. Gray, gray, with some sunlight and blue sky. We don't see this very often. Normally what we see is that little bit of blue, it's everywhere, and then the sun is boiling down on top of us, but it's not doing that today. Now you haven't seen a lot of this area, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees that are not there anymore that were, I think, the last time I filmed out. Alright, I'm going to show you something. You probably recognize this. Rain. However, this is not Arizona rain. This is like California rain. Check it out. In Arizona, this very rarely happens because the water does not stay in a liquid form for very long. It's cold, it's wet, and it is gorgeous. However, all the stuff I was talking about that I didn't move because I'm that way, except for him, it's all getting soaked again. And remember when I emptied those out? Yep. But this is the kind of weather where I'll leave my door open, even though it's kind of cool outside. Turn my heater so it doesn't heat quite so often. Let some of this cool air in. Oh, and the smell of wet concrete and grass is awesome. Don't you agree? Didn't expect much out of him. Alright, I'm about to sit down and do my taxes. Happens every time. It is done. Not getting a ton back, but definitely getting enough back to kind of level out my expenses and get things back to square A where they need to be. I have a tendency, well, I don't have a tendency, I have like no choice but to get pay advances from work, which we do through a service, and I do that to cover the bills and everything, because it all goes to the same place anyway. It's just I can get access to some of it sooner, but it still goes to the same bills and everything. So tonight for dinner, I am making lo mein. And the reason I'm making lo mein is because I haven't had Chinese in a long time. Chinese food. Ha! Gotcha. In quite a while. And whereas this is not a homemade lo mein, it's not a cheap packaged one. I mean, it is a packaged one, but it's not like one of those cheap TV dinners. This is one that requires work. So I'm going to work on that right now. Tomorrow is going to be a rough day for Darkslade, me, because the day after I have a film shoot, believe it or not, for a game. I have the air conditioner going on. Oh, it's the heater. I have the heater going on. It's the same sound. So I have band rehearsal, and then exactly 1 week from tomorrow, my daughter's coming out to visit. Darkslade Manor looks like somebody took a lawnmower and just kept driving it through the place. There's no lawn. It's pretty darn short at this point. But yeah, the place is kind of a wreck, and I've got to unwreckify it. Now, I'm very terrible at doing things that I need to do. I'm good at doing things that I want to do. I do that all the time. But doing things that I need to do, I have an issue with that. So I'm going to have to just do it, I suppose. I'm going to finish my dishes after I make my lo mein, and then I'll do some in here. But I got to find something to put on the TV that I'm not going to sit down and watch, but listen to. So I'll probably put on an old Darkslade Diary episode. Yeah, one with a trip on it, like Disneyland or Disney World or Goldfield or the nearly famous Frontier Town, or something with a trip on it, so I can listen to it and be comfortable while I am cleaning up. And then I may do something like sit in the jacuzzi for a little bit. I might do that before I do everything, because it's getting late. Or I could just not do it, but still, no, I probably will. I'll probably do it before I have my lo mein. There is my plate of lo mein. And you're going to say, look at those carrots in there. You don't like carrots. I don't like carrots. But I'll try one. And if they're not too mushy, I'll probably go with it. If they are, I've got another plate over here just for them. Well, I finished it as far as the house itself is concerned. And I can safely say, oh, I gotta push those in. I can safely say that this is a grand, glorious turd. Yeah, you're looking at it from there, it looks okay. Look at it up close, it's got problems. This was not, what's the best way to put it? They didn't pay real close attention when they vacuformed these parts, okay? Because practically everything on here does not seat cleanly. Now, this is a snap together. Snap togethers are notorious for not being really good with the seams, but holy jumping cats, look at this. This whole side here is open. The other side, not much better. The seals do not seal. They sit into the wall so they don't fasten to each other. So what I have to do before I get on to giving this thing the proper paint job of gloominess and despair, is I got to put it together so it's not really gloomy and disparaged.
What?
Which I don't think is even a word. I know it's supposed to be an old manor. I know that Walt Disney said he did not want the exterior to be cruddy. He wanted the outside to look good and the inside the ghost will take care of. Well, I'm not Walt Disney, and the outside of this thing is going to get looking nasty. And also, it's not going in an amusement park. A theme park. A Disney park. So, it's got some work to do. Now, am I disappointed that I got it? Disappointed that I got it? No. Disappointed in the way it turned out? Oh yeah. I am very disappointed in that. I've been building model kits, since I was about 7 or 8 years old. And there have been a lot of really good ones, and there have been a few that kind of stumbled. And then a couple of snap tights that I just never liked doing snap tights. I would always cement my snap tights together, which I should have done with this one. This does not rank high on my list of well-made model kits. Aside from the fact that it is disproportionate, i.e. what I was talking about, that widow's peak before, it's just not very well made. So, next assignment as far as that is concerned is dirtying up the exterior and then getting ready to put it into a diorama. What am I going to do with the diorama afterwards? One of two things. I'm either going to find a place somewhere in the manor to put it, or I might put it on Etsy for sale. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. But yeah, that's that for that. Last episode I told you that I was going to show you how the games are coming along in this episode. I said I'd do it this episode. Here we are in this episode. So let me show you what's going on. Yeah. Now, one thing that I have been working on, actually 3 things that I've been working on, all at the same time, are the new games for the PC. And I was working on 2 of them that are brand spanking new. And then I took a look at one that I started. You ready for this? It's 10 years old. And it was something I started on a very old PC engine. And I thought, this is not bad. But, God, 10 years old. The kid who's in it is in her 20s now. And I thought, let's take a look at the old files. So I put the old files in. I started up. This is cool. This is a pretty good game. Unfortunately, it's in the old files on the old engine. I don't know if I can update this. Now, I've updated others to the newer engine, because I've had the newer engine for like 5 years now. And I've updated other files, but this one's old. And so I decided, let's see if they'll update. Boom! Right in there. So I started working on that. It's called Fair & Lands. And so I got Fair & Lands, the Carnival one, which name escapes me right at the moment, and then the Trapdoor Dungeon. So I'm working on 3 of them at the same time. And I've gotten some progress, and what I want to do right now is I want to show you a little bit of... Can I show you a little bit of each one? I really can't show you much of the Carnival one, because I can't remember the name. That's my excuse. That's not the real reason, but that's my excuse. But I'll show you a little bit of the other 2, and you can see how it's coming along. I'm here at Chili's restaurant with... Are you in the picture?
I am.
Okay, my daughter, who came all the way out here from the planet Mugu to visit her old decrepit father, who's not cool right now because he doesn't have his sunglasses on.
No, you're not cool.
So we're here. Look, I'm taking pictures of food. I feel like a real videographer now. So I kind of contemplated, did I want to take a camera with me during her visit or just enjoy the visit? Well, I went with just enjoy the visit, but I broke down while we're at the restaurant, and that's why this video is being done.
Yep.
So, yeah, so that's what's going on. We're going to go to the railroad park, probably, and then I have to work tonight. But is what it is. So this is your last opportunity to look real quick. Too late. Wow. Now I'm way over here in the corner.
What'd you do?
I brought the camera back and I went, moved it. So it's looking this way. Okay, so that's what you get. One more time. I caught her off guard that time.
You did.
I went the wrong way.
Gonna go fill gas. I saw that. There it goes. There it goes.
Here comes the choo-choo.
Yeah, I missed that. I'm gonna get the fire truck.
Where's this one? What's gonna happen with this one? What's gonna happen? Elsa, it's the Frozen characters, guys. Come on. Isn't that great? Going that way. Look, guys, look! Look at that circus.
Bumper cars are not going.
No.
Hit it again. They're only halfway up and they came down again. Well, I guess it's time to say that we're all done with this one.
We're all done with this one.
Right, that's what I said. So, we're going to end this episode right here, and we'll pick it up next time. I'm not quite sure what's going to go on the next one. I want to do some work on the Haunted Mansion model and make it actually look like a Haunted Mansion model. And a couple of things out on the porch. But I've got a lot of little events coming up over the course of the next month or so. So, might get some of that in there. I don't know. A bunch of stuff. Stuff! And things. That will be coming up in the next episode. There was one thing. What was it? I'm looking around like there is a key to what it was I was going to say. Sitting around here somewhere, and I can't find it. I don't remember. Oh, it might have been the Haunted Mansion model, which is sitting there looking all ugly on the corner. So, we'll see what happens. In any case, that's going to be it for this episode. And in the meantime, you guys have yourself a couple of good weeks. That'd be awesome. End of line.